Outlander has long been celebrated for its sweeping romance and emotional depth, but what truly sets it apart are the love scenes between its iconic leads, Jamie Fraser and Claire Randall, portrayed by Sam Heughan and Caitriona Balfe. Their intimacy on screen feels raw, real, and transformative. These scenes don't just entertain, they drive the story, revealing the fragile, passionate, and deeply human layers of love itself. Yet, behind the camera, things are far from easy. With his rugged charm, magnetic presence, and old-world grace, Sam Heughan has become television's new romantic ideal since stepping into Jamie Fraser's boots. But beneath that confident exterior lies a world of vulnerability, especially when it comes to the show's famously intense love scenes. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Sam admitted, "Audiences often think filming sex scenes is fun, but in truth, it's incredibly technical and exhausting. The intimacy in Outlander demands not only physical exposure, but emotional nakedness. The actors must strip away every layer of hesitation, shyness, and fear to bring truth to the screen." Sam credits one thing above all for making that possible: trust. "Caitriona and I are like two dance partners," he said. "Every movement, every breath, every glance must be in harmony. Their mutual respect and comfort have turned what could be awkward or mechanical into something poetic. It's not about performing sex, it's about portraying connection, history, and soul." One of the most unforgettable examples came in Season 1, when Jamie is assaulted in a harrowing and emotionally devastating scene. Sam later revealed, "I was truly shaken after filming that. It wasn't just physical, it was emotionally scarring." The sequence, often described as one of the most difficult in modern television, redefined the boundaries of vulnerability and power. "It wasn't a sex scene," he said, "it was trauma, and a challenge to everything we think sex on screen represents." By later seasons, Outlander introduced an intimacy coordinator, ensuring safety and authenticity on set. Sam praised the decision. "It protects us, guides us, and allows us to be brave in a safe space. Honestly, it's something every production should have had long ago." But what truly separates Outlander's love scenes from countless others is their purpose. "I've never done a love scene that was meaningless," Sam insisted. For Jamie and Claire, intimacy is communication, a way to heal, to love, to survive. It's never gratuitous. It's storytelling through touch, breath, and silence. Sam approaches every such moment as part of the narrative's emotional truth, a way of revealing the characters' souls. "We don't just get naked for the camera," he once said. "We open ourselves emotionally. That's what makes the audience feel something real." Anyone who has watched Outlander knows the connection between Jamie and Claire runs deeper than passion. It's destiny, a love that transcends time, war, and death. That magic is born not only from the writing, but from the extraordinary chemistry between Sam and Caitriona. Two strangers who became creative soulmates, building one of television's most iconic partnerships. Sam once said with a smile, "I couldn't imagine doing this with anyone else. Caitriona and I move like dancers. We know when to hold back, when to lean in, and when to just breathe together." She's not just his co-star, he added, but his creative partner, someone who explores every shade of love, pain, and tenderness with him. What makes their on-screen intimacy so convincing isn't the physical closeness, it's the trust. That bond allows them to be fearless, authentic, and deeply human. "When you know the person beside you respects you completely," Sam said, "you can give everything." Caitriona, in turn, brings an unmatched sophistication to every scene. She never forces seduction, it flows through her presence, her eyes, her gestures, her truth. Every moment becomes a study in emotional honesty rather than erotic display. Sam has admitted that in their early days, shooting love scenes was awkward. "We were like nervous students," he laughed. "But we talked, rehearsed, set boundaries, and we laughed a lot. That made all the difference." Over time, their partnership grew into something seamless. They could communicate with a look, convey love with a touch, and make the audience believe every heartbeat. That authenticity produced some of the most unforgettable moments in television: Jamie and Claire's wedding night in Season 1, or their long-awaited reunion after 20 years apart in Season 3. Those scenes became cultural milestones, not for their heat, but for their truth. What you saw wasn't just desire. It was devotion, loss, forgiveness, and the passage of time itself. For Sam and Caitriona, these weren't just sex scenes. They were emotional chapters, an essential part of Jamie and Claire's story. And that's why Outlander fans love them so fiercely. They aren't watching two actors, they're witnessing two souls connecting in the purest way storytelling allows. Caitriona Balfe, power, emotion, and liberation. When women talk about sex, Caitriona Balfe once said, "It's really a story about power, emotion, and freedom." Few actresses have ever portrayed that truth with such courage and grace. As Claire Fraser, a woman torn between centuries, loves, and lives, Caitriona bears more than her body, she bears her soul. For her, Outlander's intimate scenes are never about provocation. They are about storytelling, love as communication, sex as expression, and vulnerability as strength. Every scene between Jamie and Claire tells a different story, she told The Hollywood Reporter. Sometimes it's connection, sometimes pain, sometimes healing. But it's always honest. She refuses to perform a scene that exists only for shock value. Instead, she uses each moment to explore the emotional truth of a woman who dares to love, live, and demand fulfillment on her own terms. Filming such scenes, however, is never easy. You're standing there, nearly naked, surrounded by 20 people, she said. Every sound, every camera click reminds you of how exposed you are. You have to transform that discomfort into truth. That transformation is only possible through control, and Caitriona has always insisted on it. Supported by Sam and a respectful production team, she has always had the freedom to decide what feels right. "We trust each other completely," she said. That creates a safe space where real emotion can live. Before each intimate scene, she and Sam sit down with the director, dissecting every movement, every glance, every breath. "It's not about being sexy," she explained. "It's about being truthful, about what these characters are feeling in that moment." And that's where Outlander transcends mere television. Its love scenes are not spectacle, they are art. Caitriona turns touch into language, silence into dialogue. "Sex is part of life," she said. "The question is, how do you tell it truthfully? In Outlander, we tell it with our hearts." Caitriona has also become a leading voice for change in the industry, advocating for intimacy coordinators and the protection of actors in vulnerable situations. "Women should own their bodies, on screen and off," she declared. Her advocacy has helped redefine how Hollywood handles sensitive storytelling, setting a new standard of respect and safety. For Caitriona Balfe, Outlander's love scenes are not just moments of passion, they are statements of liberation. She doesn't just play Claire Fraser, she lives her. She loves with her, hurts with her, and finds rebirth through her. And it's through that authenticity and emotional bravery that Caitriona and Sam have transformed Outlander into something far greater than a romance. It's a celebration of humanity, of love that heals, of passion that empowers, and of storytelling that reminds us that even in the most intimate moments, truth is the most powerful thing of all.